Welcome, beloved. This space is for those who seek wisdom, justice, and the courage to walk in divine purpose. Here, we expose deception, uplift the righteous, and strengthen the chosen ones. Beloved, today's message from Divine Source: understanding when a connection such as a relationship or friendship has become an obsession, a warning sign you need to detach to elevate. Beloved, your spirit always knows before your mind catches up. When you're aligned with God, deception cannot hide from you. The Holy Spirit sharpens your discernment, making you a master of clarity in a world full of illusions. Beloved, we are wired for connection on our life journey, no matter the year or season. But what happens when that connection turns into an obsession? Here's your reality check. You need to detach to elevate, the power of letting go. Here's the truth. The most magnetic people in the world aren't chasing anyone. They've mastered the art of detachment. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how this powerful mindset can transform not just your relationships but your entire life. Stay with me until the end, because I'm going to share a game-changing insight that will leave you feeling unstoppable. Let's start with a simple yet profound idea. When you stop clinging, you start thriving. Think about it. How many times have you poured your heart into someone, only to feel unseen, unappreciated, or taken for granted? It's exhausting, isn't it? That's because giving too much of yourself, your energy, your emotions, your time, without boundaries leaves you drained. But here's the twist. The moment you step back, the dynamics shift. When you detach, you reclaim your power. You send a silent message to the universe, and to the people around you, that you are whole on your own. You don't need anyone to complete you, and guess what? That's when they will do anything to you, because they cannot live without your energy. Not you, beloved, but your energy. Detachment isn't about shutting people out or building walls. It's about creating space for yourself, for growth, for clarity. It's about understanding that your worth isn't tied to someone else's attention or affection. This might sound intimidating at first, especially if you're used to seeking validation from others. But deep down, you already know this truth. The more you change, the further away things move. It's human nature. People value what they can't easily have. And when you detach, you become that rare gem. Someone who shines brightly but doesn't demand to be noticed. Now let's talk about why detachment feels so hard for so many of us. Because society has conditioned us to believe that love means sacrifice, that being needed equals being loved. But ask yourself, does giving everything of yourself truly make you happy? Or does it leave you feeling empty, like you're losing pieces of yourself along the way? Beloved, real love, authentic, fulfilling love, doesn't ask you to shrink. It celebrates your strength, your independence, your individuality. And the first step toward attracting that kind of love is learning to stand firmly in your own light. Hear this. This is where psychology comes in. Beloved, human beings are wired to crave what feels scarce. When you're always available, always eager, always giving, you become predictable, and predictability kills attraction. Respect and boundaries, on the other hand, when you detach, with grace, with calmness, with intention, you create an aura of mystery and an awakening to others. You make people curious by marking your boundaries. They are not used to that. They start wondering, what does he or she know that I don't? Why is he or she so confident? How does he or she stay so composed? And trust me, curiosity is one of the strongest forces in human behavior, beloved. Once someone starts wondering about you, they're hooked. Obsession is taking over. Time to detach, and here's the real reward of detachment. It's not just about winning someone over. It's about winning yourself back, beloved. Imagine waking up every day knowing that your happiness doesn't depend on anyone else. Imagine walking through life with a quiet confidence that says, I am enough. That's the gift of detachment, beloved. It's not selfish. It's self-preservation. It's not cold. It's empowering. And as we dive deeper into this concept, beloved, you'll discover tools and strategies to embrace this mindset fully. Before we move forward, let me give you a little incentive to stick around. By the end of this video, I'm going to reveal a psychological principle so powerful about the power of detachment and its importance that will change the way you approach every relationships in your life from this day forward. Whether it's romantic, platonic, or professional, this one insight will help you understand the difference between obsession and love, repelling the wrong ones, and attracting the right relationships, platonic or professional. So keep watching, because transformation begins now and it starts with you. Next, we're going to uncover the misunderstandings of detachment and how you can rewrite the narrative for yourself. Let's get started. When you detach from toxic energy, your absence becomes their kryptonite. The very people who once dismissed you suddenly crave your presence, scrambling to decode your silence as if it holds the secrets of the universe. Why, beloved? Because nothing is more magnetic than a soul that no longer seeks validation from the crowd. And here you are, calm, centered, untouched, while they lose sleep wondering why you no longer respond. This isn't arrogance, it's alignment. It's your divine right to live in spiritual consciousness, in harmony with peace and purpose. No matter how strong the obsession or attachment, beloved, you've entered the realm where detachment is your superpower, and they simply can't handle it. 7 signs of how your detachment affects the obsessed. 1. They feel the void, beloved, when you pull back. Because your presence carries weight. It shifts atmospheres, breathes life into conversations, and fills spaces with authenticity. But too often, people take that energy for granted until it's gone. And when you detach, the silence left behind forces them to confront the emptiness they've been masking with your light. It's not just about missing you, it's about realizing that without your presence their world loses its rhythm. They scramble to replace you, but what you offer is irreplaceable because it is real. Their panic isn't about losing you, it's about losing the energy, your light. They were feeding off an energy they never learned to generate for themselves. The reasons they are obsessed by you. 2. Beloved, your detachment exposes their dependency. Most people operate on emotional dependency. They need reactions, whether it's anger, validation, or sympathy, to feel significant. When you remove yourself from the games, their illusion of control crumbles. That's when they panic. Your emotional independence is a direct threat to those who thrive on manipulation. They will attempt every tactic, drama, gossip, playing the victim, to lure you back into the chaos. But when you remain unmoved, they are left facing the one thing they've been running from, themselves. 3. Your presence acts as a mirror. Some people can walk into a room and fade into the background. Not you, beloved. Your energy speaks before you do. It disrupts, awakens, and forces people to see themselves for who they truly are. And not everyone can handle that reflection. The truth is, beloved, many have built their identities on shallow foundations. Validation, materialism, ego-driven status. But when they stand next to someone whose authenticity is undeniable, or someone they cannot control, beloved, their carefully curated masks begin to crack. Some will be drawn by your detachment while others will resent it. And when you detach, it only magnifies their discomfort, beloved. You were the unintentional buffer that made their illusions easier to maintain. Now, without your energy as a reference point, they are left to face their own emptiness. 4. Your energy is a currency they can't afford. Your spiritual energy is the highest form of wealth. And when you are chosen, beloved, your presence becomes a priceless resource. One that people unconsciously depend on. They absorb your peace, your stability, your essence, without ever realizing it until your detachment. But when you pull back, beloved, the debt becomes clear to them. Suddenly, they feel spiritually bankrupt, confused, desperate to reclaim what they didn't even know they were taking. And no matter how they try to replace it, with distractions, temporary highs, or imitation, it never satisfies because it's not you. Because, beloved, your authenticity cannot be replicated. 5. They obsess, not to understand, but to imitate. When people can't figure you out, they don't let it go. They study you. They mimic your words, your style, and your energy, beloved. Thinking they can capture what you effortlessly embody, but what they fail to grasp is this: your power is not in what you do, but in who you are. They chase an external formula, not realizing that what makes you magnetic, beloved, is your internal alignment with your higher self, your God. Self-confidence without arrogance, peace without permission, presence without performance, and that cannot be copied. 6. Their desperation is proof of your ascension and their obsession. Desperation is never random. When people go from indifference to obsession desperation, it's because you have outgrown the space, beloved, they tried to confine you in. Your growth highlights their stagnation. Your detachment shows them the self-love you have for yourself. And instead of rising to meet you, they try to pull you back. But here's the truth, you owe them nothing, beloved. Their chaos is not your burden to carry. Their panic is not your problem to solve. Let the desperation be confirmation that you are moving in divine alignment. Last but not least, the 7th sign of how your detachment affects the obsessed. 7. Beloved, detachment is not coldness, it's mastery. To detach is not to be heartless. It is to master your own energy. To no longer be a puppet in someone else's play. To walk away from cycles of manipulation, toxicity, and emotional dependency. True freedom is when their attempts to provoke, guilt, or manipulate no longer move you, beloved. That is when you become untouchable. That is when you reclaim your power. Final word, beloved. If your detachment shakes them, it was never love, it was control. And when you break free, you don't just liberate yourself, you expose the illusion they've been living in. Some will hate you for it, beloved. Others will thank you. But either way, your only responsibility is to walk in truth and elevate. Because your peace is worth more than their panic. A reality check. Detachment, the most magnetic art to life's peace. I leave you in peace and light.
Don't forget to like, because every time you leave a like, you are telling YouTube this message is good for you and they can pass it on to more people. By doing this, you will help to bless thousands of people worldwide. We rise by helping each other. That's why it's important to leave your like now. And click the bell to be notified when new videos are uploaded to Spiritual Eyes subscribers, YouTube page, Google+, and Instagram, so you don't miss updates on God's messages to build and lift. Come fit and calm, teach and inspire, empower and transform lives. Stay blessed. I leave you in peace and love.